today you need some light weights and
not to trip over them.
And we're going to start standing. So we're going to stand at the back of our mat with your weights in your hands. And I want you to stamp your feet underneath your hips and your knees are lined up in one. Oh. Right. Roll those shoulders up, back and down. 5 times behind and then 5 times forward. Just squeeze it back and down. When you reverse, you pull back, you lift up and you circle forward. And then when you've done your 5, do 1 more back behind and pause. Soften your knees, drop your chin to your chest, let your arms pull you down, scoop the belly in and roll down to the floor. Once you hit the floor with your hands or your weights, take your weights a little bit further forward so you're leaning into them and then extend and bend 1 leg at a time. So you're using your arms to push back into that hamstring stretch, bending and extending, that your hips just drive side to side, pushing your heels to the ground and extending your knees to their maximum point. So I don't want you to be too far forward. So you can see I've just got my hands about a foot away from my toes. So I'm not too far forward. I've still got my weight pressed into my legs so that if I release my hands, I've still got the balance. And then pause, push your heels down, push through your arms, melt your head and chest down towards the thighs. Slide the weights in, soften your knees, roll up. When you hit the top, you do that 1 shoulder roll back. Bring your weight to your chest. Take your feet, line them up with your mat, edges of your mat. We're going to take a breath in, shoulders pull back. We're going to drop down into a squat. We're going to exhale, push back up. Inhale, exhale. Weight back into the heels. You should never be able to feel the weight in your toes. You should always be able to feel yourself sitting low, back extended, chest forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Add an arm press, 1 arm at a time. Straight up, drop down, and the other one. So we rotate the wrist forward as we press out. We bring the wrist back in towards our chest as we drop down. If you wish, arms them together. Take down, 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Drop your weights into your chest, hold your squat. Pull your shoulder blades back, squeeze your belly. Look at your toes. Use the mirror. Look at your body positioning. Pull your shoulders back behind. Sink a little bit lower. 8 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pause, look towards the floor. Drop the weights down. Lean into them again and extend those legs. So if you know you're tight your hamstrings, we're going to use the weights a lot for your stretch today. You can do this. Be on top of them. Yeah? Work on that flexibility. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, melt your head and chest between those legs. Push those knees into extension. Get to your maximum point. 1 more breath, soften the knees, roll it up. When you hit the top, we do that shoulder roll back. Bring your feet back underneath your hips. We're going to start with our left leg, okay? We're going to take a big stride forward and extend your leg at the back. So it's important that you're like running your feet on train tracks. We don't be behind, or you're going to fall over. You're right and you're extended. Chest is elevated. Abs engaged. Pivot forward into that front leg. Bend the knee if you need to. Bring your weight either side of the foot. Now have a look at my body position here. What I'm going to do is push back into my back heel, my right heel, finding that calf stretch. Then I'm going to pivot up onto my toes and lower my head and chest, that front leg, extending my left leg. Then release it slightly, push back into that heel again. So I'm just very subtly transitioning between those two stretches. Front hamstring, back calf. And it's that back foot that rolls in and out just to change that positioning. Down in the back, lift it up, melt down to the front leg. Lift the hip, the eye gaze, push back into the heel, lift the heel and drop down to that front leg. Do one more. And then bring yourself back into the center, bend your knees slightly at the front, grab your weights again, lengthen your spine, abs engaged, pivot up, standing, extend both your legs. Inhale, drop down, lunge, exhale, press up. Now, our left heel is our main focus here. Weight goes in that front leg. Your back leg follows the motion of your front leg. Add the arms. Exhale up. Inhale down, shoulders. Now, lateral raises to the side. The weights come very slightly in front of your shoulders. Your elbows are always bent. Your neck muscles are relaxed. If it feels too much, you come to 90 degrees and come up to here. Just give me another 4. Careful of that front knee, and that toes very subtly, slightly out to the left. This the last one? Yeah. Hold at the top, drop down the legs. So press into that heel, remember? Activating the buttock and the hamstring. Sink low as you can go. Oh. Have a look at your knees, guys. With the mirror, you can see that your knees are protruding inwards. Push them out. Go down deeper. Go down deeper. I've lost you. Come back to me. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going down. Bring your weight outside your feet. Tuck your toes under. Slide that back leg a little bit further away. So my weights are by my heel. I'm going to take them a little bit further back. And I'm going to sink my hips down and lift my spine. So I pull my shoulders back. Yeah? And then push back, melt down to that front leg. Toes pointed to the floor. Inhale, come forward, raise the spine, sink the hips. Hip flexor stretch. Push back. Now, it's really important. This stretch won't work unless your right knee is as far back behind you as you can possibly go. So look at my right leg, way back behind me. Slide it back a little bit more. So inhale to transition out. Exhale to sink down and hold for breath. Then on your next inhale, you push back and you exhale, melt down, pause for breath. We're going to do this 2 more times. Look forward, lift up. Last time, putting back into the hamstring stretch. And then as we bring ourselves forward, we're going to take our hands in that position. Tuck your toes at the back. I'm just going to face the computer for a second. So lifting the knee up at the back. You can keep your hand on top of the weight here. Arm here. We're going to pull up and down. So the same arm, the legs is extended back. We're just doing a one arm reverse fly. Pulling in. Make it a 90-degree angle. Palm facing behind you. Elbow out in line with your shoulder to work deeper into that muscle. 5, 4, sink into those hips, guys. Extend that back leg to its full place. Drop down. Pause, lift and lengthen. About to get funkier. Take the weight in your opposite hand. Turn and twist towards your bent knee at the front. And then open the arm up and back down. If you want to drop that back knee, do so. 3, 4. Turn towards it. Keep the twist. Keep the twist. Keep turning. 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. and 10. Drop it down, drop the knee down, and free it. Woo. Come down to your elbows, cat stretch through the spine. Now put your weights just slightly out to the side. You can use them if you wish. I'm going to use mine, you don't have to. I've angled mine slightly. Okay, that's where my hands are going to sit. We're going to do some push-ups. I want you to get your technique absolutely spot on accurate for this. Okay, this isn't about trying to be tough on your toes, it's about getting the perfect positioning. So take your weights. You can just use flat hands on the ground, that's fine. Look at my thumbs sit underneath these weights. Okay, so I'm going to do it with a kind of half plank position. Tucking the tailbone under, and my bottom pretty much going to stay where it is. It's my chest that drops in between your weights and then powers up. I don't want to see chins or noses going between the weights. If they are, bring your knees forward and go further forward. Your elbows in a push-up should always be slightly back behind your shoulders. If you have not been told that before, you have not been taught properly. A lot of people do not teach push-ups properly. Inhale down, exhale up. And when we begin to get tired, we do tend to creep back a bit. So you'll find that your nose is starting to fall back to your thumbs. Bring your body weight forward and pull your elbows back and down. Core switched on. Your bottom is never lower than your shoulders. And that is critical. That makes everything 5 times harder, by the way. Lovely. Good work. Right, let's do another 4. And 3, squeeze that belly in tight. 2, last one. And release it back into chest. We're going to do a little bit of a wrist stretch as well. So once you've reached your fingers forward and found that stretch down the sides of your back, you're then going to lift up slightly, turn your hands in and lean into your wrists. And it's horrible, but it's also very nice. So this should be pretty unpleasant. It's unpleasant.
Yeah, painful, I think is the word I'm
Okay,
looking
that's
for.
good, that's good. It shows that you're really, really tight, the wrist joints. Yeah, nasty. Also, you might get a little bit of a stretch into your forearms as well. Okay, free them. Ooh. Bring us out to your hands and knees. Weight in right hand, left hand flat on the ground. So we're going to take our left leg, right arm up. We come to a hover. Your palms turn in and we lift out to the side and back. So forward reach, palm down. Outward reach, palm in. The leg basically mirrors the arm. 90-degree angle, leg cocks out, leg lengthens in the center. Cocks out to the side. Reach and low. That's going on here. Nice. Okay, we're going to do 2 more. Come on, get that last one. Really squeeze it out. Pause in your hover. Lift and lengthen your arm and leg. Take it up high as you can go and reach as long as you can go. And then lower it down. Then squeeze it up one more time. Squeeze the shoulder blade, lift the knee. 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Take a breath. Drop down to your elbows. Take a plank. Look at the plank as your relaxation. Make a long straight line. Squeeze your butt, touch your tailbone, use the mirror, are your hips in the air, or your hips sagging down. Itch your nose.
Did you just crack it?
I didn't crack, no. Might be the mat making a noise. 10 more seconds, that's all. Take one more long deep breath. And then drop down to your knees. Come back up onto your hands. Tuck your toes under. Grab your weights. Lift your hips. Walk your weights into your feet. And take a stretch in the hamstrings here. Head down, chest down, shoulders relax. Keep the belly in and just drop as deep as you can go. Scoot the belly in, roll up. Do that shoulder roll at the top. Okay, so we're going to take our right leg forward this time. Fully extended through both legs. Lift and lengthen. Soften the knees slightly. Pivot from the hips and come down to the floor. Bring your weights with you. And push back into that heel behind you. And as you do so, straighten your leg. Keep your hips square on so they're not going skewing. We inhale, roll onto the tips of the toes. Exhale, drop down into that right thigh. Then push back as you push back into your back heel. Lift your eye gaze, lift your spine. So as you come forward, we soften the spine, drop down into that leg, extending the knee at the front as best we can, and then we release it slightly as we push down into the heel, but we lift our spine into extension. We'll do 3 more of these. So I'm going to do 1 more. And then when I lean forward, I soften the knee and grab hold of my weights again. I engage my ab, flat back, pivot up. Balance. Straighten your legs completely. Pull your shoulders back. Inhale, drop down. Exhale, power up. So now we're thinking about that right heel as our leading leg. Have a look at your foot position and your knee position. So you should always have a very slightly turned out foot towards the right and the knee follows that alignment. So you're not falling the knee in and damaging the knee. Add the arms. Of course, it's optional. Keep it slow. Time under tension. Whoop. I'm kind of looking at all different shapes and angles here. I need to have like something to look at in front. 4 more. Breathe. Last 2. 1 more, all the way down. Come up, pause, arms relaxed. Drop down to the legs and pulse. Get as low as you can go. Pressing that front heel. I've lost you again. 3, 8, 7, lower, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're coming to the floor. Hands in front. Release that foot and knee at the back. Slide it back as far as it will go. And then push down into your weights at the front. Bring them a little bit closer in. Lift the spine. Nice thing about having weights here is you can get that depth. You can get that elevation. Exhale, push back, toes to the floor, sink down. Find the breath once here. We transition on the inhale. Exhale, melt forward, sink down, lift up. Inhale, push back, exhale, melt. And just carry on, go through your breath. We're going to do this once more, okay? So 1 more hamstring stretch behind. Sink it, sink it, sink it, sink it, sink it. And then this time we bring ourselves forward. We can take the weight inside that foot. We can stay here and just lift and lengthen and enjoy that hip flexor stretch. If you want, you can come lower to the floor.
You should be fine.
You can take that foot for a little walk. I feel like we can do the stretch on the other side. Did we not do the stretch on the other side, guys? No. Okay, we'll come back to the other side then. It's my mistake. We missed it out. Open the knee if you wish. Roll onto that hip. Drop to your elbows if you can. I can't, so I'm not going to. Wherever you are, keep thinking about lengthening out of that spine. Always thinking about pushing down and forward. Most important thing here is the knee is not further forward over that ankle. So have a look at your positioning. Just give me a couple more breaths here. Now, if you're on your elbows, come up onto your hands. Walk your foot back in, bring your weight either side of that foot, so you're leaning on the weight, slide them backwards a bit, and then as you push back, roll onto the back of the heel and stretch out the hamstring. Didn't do it on the other side, this one, are we? Goodness. Scatty brain, not following my routine of my head. Haven't done a mistake for ages.
See, that's the nice stretch you get. So
Yeah.
When you say nice, this is really painful.
I know. Okay, pull your right hip bone back. Roll right onto the back of that heel. I want to see toes in the sky to the ceiling. And then drop down. You've got a good 20 seconds here. Breathe into it. Drop lower. Relax the shoulders. Get your nose to your kneecap. Not quite. Count on the other side of thing. Now, we're going to come out of this. So lift up. Return the foot down. Think forward. We'll come back to the stretch on the other side in a minute, okay? Once we're here, bring the weights forward, bring the weights to the floor, tuck your toes under the back, extend that knee, sink your hips down. Left arm, when you're ready, come on, pull it up and down, 90 degrees squeeze up to the shoulder blades. We're not rotated, we're staying facing the floor, just that shoulder blade squeezing. Sink your hips, extend your back knee, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. 1. Now, transition, twist your body to the other side. So use your hand with your weight, arm down by your side, palm in, and we swing up and back down, following that weight the whole time. I want to see hips lower, guys. I want to see your left leg fully extended back behind you. I want to see sunk deep into that right leg. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and release, knee down. Free that leg. Woo. Now, let's move on to that stretch on the other side and we'll come back to our box position. So take your left leg forward. Bring your weights on the inside of that foot. Take your right leg as far back behind you and lift and lengthen up. So if you wish to go deeper down towards the floor, you can lose the weights. You can drop to your elbows. You can take this little foot for a little walk and turn it out to open the knee wide, but make sure the knee is not forward over the ankle. Find your place. You can stay static and breathe. You can move, wriggle through it. Now to get that hip further forward and down. Lengthen out through your spine, sink your hips lower. We'll give you 3 more deep breaths here. And when you've done your last breath, you're on your elbows, you come up onto your hands. We walk the foot in, we bring our hands around the outside, grabbing your weight, slide your weight in, and then push your body weight back, roll onto the back of the heel, and drop down. Yeah, I'm getting over to neither side. Pull the toes up higher. I want to see soles of the feet pressing forward. Pull that left hip back behind you, drive your right hip forward. Couple more breaths. Come on, let's go. Deeper, deeper, deeper. As much as you can possibly go. And then when you're ready, just free the leg back. Bring your weights, palms in. Drop your right leg, weight to the side. Take a breath in, parallel through the back. We slide the right leg and the left arm reaching up, put it in and out to the side and down. So options to do this without weight if you wish. Try and let the arm and the knee, so the arm and the leg, sorry, be 90-degree angle as you pull up to the sides. So they're both doing exactly the same thing. Use that strength in your shoulder blades. You deepen those back muscles. 3 more. Move 1 more. Now we reach up 1 more. We hold, 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 back to hover, out to the side. Squeeze that shoulder blade, lift that knee. 4, 3, 2, and release. Set it back, weight to the side. Take your arms forward, narrow stance, and just reach through the arm. Knees a bit closer together as if you're curling into the ball. So we did push-ups earlier. We're going to do tricep push-ups this time. It's actually easier to use the weights. Back in the days, we used to use the blocks at the back, which isn't always necessary for online. So weights is the next best thing. It's easier to use your weights than using the floor. Hands underneath your shoulders. It's exactly the same principle. Your chest leads the way. Your bottom leads the way up. The chest leads the way down, bottom leads the way up. So we inhale, lower chest to the floor, my bottom's in the air. Then my bottom stays high and my chest pushes up to join it. Tuck your tailbone, squeeze your abs into. Lovely. So we are sliding our elbows straight into our waistlines and powering them back up. So it's a rolling motion over the shoulders, a rolling motion coming back. You don't have to go as deep as we're demonstrating. You can go to a halfway point, push back. You can go to a quarter of the way, but make sure those shoulders are pulled back and down. I see so many people in classes do these like this. I mean, what's that? Okay, that's just a back breaker. It's so important you work on technique, range, before you even pick those knees up or push those knees behind you. 3 more, please. Inhale and then exhale, power it up. And those classes, by the way, are not my classes. Of course, everyone does my triceps perfectly, right? When you've done that last one, just release the weights to the side. Go back into that little stretch in the wrist. Push your bottom behind you. And push your body weight down. The more you push your bottom back, the more you'll feel that stretch. Pull your elbows in a little bit more. It's a really nasty little joint, this one. Okay, we're going to spin around. We'll spend our last 10 minutes lying down on our backs. Once you've got onto your backs, you can take your weights above your shoulders. Take a long, deep breath. Your spinal position right. Imprint your spine, legs to tabletop. We're going to open our arms and legs together and pull our knees back in. So opening out, we're doing this to fly and putting back in again. Let those knees fall apart. Mobilize these hips. If you want a little bit more, just take the knees away a little bit and open them so they're slightly angled away from you. You'll just feel your transverse abdominals, those lower abs working a little bit more. Keep the arms where they are. We're going to do 6 more. Last two. Last one. And then pop the feet to the floor, drop the weights onto your forehead. Inhale, lift your chin towards your chest. Exhale, curl up and pulse in. Just relaxing the weights on your forehead. Little tiny movements through those upper body muscles. Press, if that doesn't feel nice on your neck, just take them away and reach them up. Squeeze it. 10, 9, 8. Get as high as you can go. Everything is its maximum point of tension. So you're never releasing this. It's always just working. 3, 2, and 1. Drop your head and shoulders. Slide your feet a little bit closer up. Roll up into a bridge. Now, lift your left knee in. Drop your left arm to the floor. Take a breath in. Lengthen your arm and leg away. Exhale, curl it in, reaching the weight towards the inside of the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in. If you want more, you can lengthen the leg, tap the heel to the ground. But if you are dropping your left hip, your core stability is not there. So don't go that deep. Keep it in line with your hip and pull it in. Exhale. Now power up through that right buttock. 6 more. Reach away. Last 4. 3. Hips up, guys. Come on, let's do this. 2. Last 1. And 1. Pop the foot down, raise the arms up. Lift the hips up high or drop your bottom. Take a quick breather, 5-second breather. Otherwise, stay up in your bridge. Lift your right knee up. Drop your right arm to the floor. Take a breath in, kick away. Exhale, curl it in. And again, after a few of these, you might want to take that foot to the floor, but only if you feel again that you're not dropping your hips, squeezing into that butt. So you don't want your bottom to drop at all. Keep it going. We've still got 6 more of these. Let's do this. Come on. Power it up. 6. 5. Lift those hips even higher. 4. 3. 2. Giving 1 more. And 1. Pop the foot down, put the hand down, and roll out to the bridge. Take your arms to a T. Now, when we do rotations in the past, and 90% of the time, our rotations are we roll to the side, we put our legs straight in towards that hand that we're rolling towards. This one's a little bit different. So you're going to roll over halfway, you're going to push your legs forward towards the corner, then do a straight line all the way across to the opposite buttock, opposite corner, then bend the knees in and return to center. And then take it the opposite way. Roll the knees to the left, extend forward and draw a straight line to the other side, bend it in and center and reverse again. So we just stop in the middle and take it the opposite way. Now, if that feels too much, just go back to the one that we usually do, where we just roll and just straighten the legs and then bend them back in again through the center over to the other side. Yeah, takes the pressure off. If you want more, you kick your legs, make them lower, and then pull them in. Yeah, I feel myself sliding down my mats. So you choose. Remember, time on tension. Slower the better. Try and keep the shoulder blades fixed to the floor. Let's do 4 more of these. Last 2 should be on Last one. Then as you return the knees to the center, take your legs to the sky. Take your weights, reach up to your toes. Options, stay and pulse here, or you can drop them back to your forehead and pulse up there. Or you can just do whatever you want, loosen them completely, work here. You can bend your knees. You can reach to your heels. You can drop your feet, reach to your knees. Find what works for you, wherever you are. Pulse crunch as much as you can. I get better abdominal workout without weights here, so I'm going to work that one. Press, press, press. Let's go. Reach up. 8, 7, 6, higher. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your head, drop your arms, and drop your feet. Roll up into a bridge. Take 2 more breaths here. And then after your last breath, exhale out of your bridge. Let spine relax, then take a breath in, exhale in, put your spine, legs to tabletop, arms above your shoulders. Extend your legs. So we're going back to the arm and leg opening, this time with straight knees, okay, not bent knees. And this is your easy one. Just opening with your legs above you, open the arms, put them together. If you want more of a challenge, take it out to an X and then put it all the way back into the middle again. Out to an X and in. Lose the weights if you wish. Otherwise, work those abs. Last opportunity to work your abs to their maximum, okay? Fixed into the center of your tummy, as if you've got a pin pushed through it, you're pinning your whole body to the floor. Then work the rest of the abs around that center point. 8 more of these, come on, work it. 8. Try and keep your legs straight, guys, wherever you are. Don't bend those knees. 6. 5. Come on, work it. 4. 3. We've got 2 more. Make them their maximum. Make them their maximum. Last one. Let's do a little pause, little pause, little pause. Reach up and drop down. Lovely. Hug your knees in. Take a little roll side to side. Get rid of those weights. Slide your hands around the back of the thighs and roll yourself up to seated. Face this way. Take your left foot in front of your right foot. Give it a little bit of freedom. Then take your left hand behind your spine, turn towards that left knee, and then drop down in towards that knee. Right. I'm doing the opposite. I'm mirroring. Do the opposite to me. Follow me there. So if you're dropping to the right foot is in front of your left foot. Everyone else, left foot in front of the right foot. This is why teaching online and teaching like this, it's very confusing. I used to always teach mirroring you guys. Now I can't do it. They seem the opposite. That's the problem.
Thank God you're not a driving instructor.
Right?
Yeah, no, right.
So whatever way you're stretching, make sure the knee you're leaning into is the one that is in front of the other leg. Okay, come up, lean back, and flip legs over. Turn to face that leg, and then drop that down. Good stuff. And then bring yourself back into the middle. Grab hold of your knees or bring your hands down by your side, lift tall. Slide the arm away, take the arm, upper arm overhead, side stretch, rotate, look underneath that arm. As you reach, try and push your hip down into the floor so you've got a full side bend. Lean back, lift your chest. And then switch the other side. So slide down, other arm over, lovely C shape through that side of the body. Look underneath the arm to the sky and extend through the elbow. See if you can turn, lean back slightly, slide your hand back, look up. And then bring yourself back to center, fingertips down side, sit tall. Release your arms, use your core, sit here beautifully straight. Sit here all day, yeah?
Yeah.
Raise your arms. Someone's like, yeah, I could. Bring your hands together, give yourselves a bow and clap, guys. Thank you so much for today. So about my lesson, right? Pardon?
Sitting down, something.
Yeah.
I could do.
I've never really